sky. Hold on to your breath, hold on to your heart, hold on to your home. March up to the gate and bid it open.
Well, there you are. Hello, come on in, and let me welcome you to my world, the world of the Wizard of Art. Today we've got something really special for you, and it's something that's never been done in the world before, and you're right at this moment becoming part of history. So let me take you back to my studio, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what we're going to be up to and what's going to happen over the next year, and how you're going to see something just blossom into an unbelievable piece of the art world. Okay, so follow me around. Let's go. And we'll go for a little walk through the studio and the gallery here. And got to go past the doggies. See the little doggies? They're always waiting for me here. Yeah. And then back into my studio. All the way back, So everybody remembers me doing this painting, hopefully. I'm going to hold it like this because it's glaring a bit. So that should be better, I think. So everybody remembers that painting, right? This is with Dan Aykroyd, Judy Belushi. And it's kind of cool because Dan on the back of it signed, Elwood has never looked better, which is really cool for Dan Elwood Blues Aykroyd to sign. But if you want to stay right there for a second, oh no, move a little bit over here. Okay, so stay there. But the next thing that's going to happen here is this. And this is what we're talking about. This is the very first piece of Synergy art. And it was produced when I was with Dan, like the beginning of it was produced when I was with Dan Aykroyd, and we were signing the Blues Motorcycle in Kingston, Ontario. And what I did that day, I've mentioned earlier, was I took a blank piece of canvas with me, and when Danny went out to buy some takeout food for us for lunch as a break on the signing, I asked him his very favorite color, which he kind of chuckled, and he was for some reason embarrassed with it, but he said green. I guess everybody thinks red and blue or whatever. So anyway, when Dan had left, I actually took my time and I painted this background out. The black was done after, and the way I had that done was Danny's turn to take the brush in hand, and I gave him some black paint on a palette, and I said, you know, get yourself inspired and paint whatever you want to paint on the canvas. And it kind of threw him for a minute because, you know, he said, well, I've got to look around, I got to figure this out. And he was, you know, kind of, I guess, miffed because he's not an artist. And it's the very first time we've ever done something like this. So he looked around, it was really cool. He found something in his mind, you know, almost you could see it like the light bulb above his head. And he started to paint with the black paint. And actually, at the time that he was painting with the black paint too, he said, don't you have any orange and red and, you know, all bright colors and everything? So I knew, you know, when you're trying to find a Synergy piece and what the Synergy piece is all about, those clues are, to me, everything that we need to get to the real base of what we're doing. So anyway, in the painting, as we've been viewing it, even doing the video here, we started to realize that that the spirit that I was talking about of a painting, I'm trying to draw a spirit out. I'm trying to draw the character of the Synergy piece, or my Synergy partner in the piece. And then I actually discovered there's an alien's face that's starting to show up already in here. And I'm not going to show you that right at the moment. I'll tell you where it is. It's right down in here. And also, you know, we're working on, in the campaign, it is the Wizard of Art. And the Wizard of Art is actually shown up in the very first Synergy piece. So it's really, there's a real piece of magic that is happening. And I really believe that, you know, I'm not a spiritual person in most respect, but I'm starting to feel that art really has some magic. And you're going to find that over the next 30 paintings, we're going to be doing 30 paintings at least with very, very famous people. And one of the biggest things in this whole process is I know what it will represent hope for people. I know people will start to have some real enjoyment in life out of it. They'll start to see their spirit coming out in the painting. They'll start to do paintings. Some people will be doing paintings that would, like Dan, who would never imagine that he could do a world-class piece of art. We're going to do a world-class piece of art together. Now, at the end of this thing, we'll start on a tour, hopefully, and we're gauging it for next year. I know I have a lot of other work to do, and we're going to get it all done at one time, but we want to have a tour that starts, which is basically called Suchiu and Friends, and that will start with a large gala event in New York City. And at that event, it should be just huge, and it should be recognized worldwide, because the plans that are started already towards that event, it'll be a very surprising piece. So anyway, there's going to be, as we go along, there'll be 100 really high-end museum quality prints produced of each one of these pieces. They're going to be canvas giclées. They'll be all gallery wrapped or framed if people wish, obviously. But they will be only 100 of each one of them. And we're hoping to help a girl that I'm going to describe as we go along in these videos, who does a lot of work with the orphans in Haiti. And she's actually, I really believe that I've met the new Jane Goodall, the new Mother Teresa, and you'll get to know her a little bit as we go along. Now, if a celebrity doesn't want to do the charity with that charity, and if they have their own charities, which most do, then we're actually going to help their charity instead of. So we'll continue on. You're going to see me just start this thing at the end of it all, and that is a teaser. So I got to get you back here for video 2. Video 2 is going to be high speed and slow speed. I'm going to mix it up a little bit so I get a chance to show you the painting happening in high speed, but I do want you to see how these magical little spirits are starting to show their faces. And it might be spirits, it might be objects, it might be a place, it might be a location, we don't know yet. The Synergy art will tell me everything. Okay, until next time, take care.
Easy, Skippy.